Hey guys.
Hey.
Welcome to Outside the Vault, the episode of the Movie Vault podcast where we step out of the side of the vault and we talk about things that are not movie related until one day we will do one that's movie related and everybody will be mad at us and we will say that we don't care because we can do whatever we want on this show because it's our show and it's not your show, it's our show. And I'm very passionate about this fact and it might put people off a little bit, but I need to make this statement known. And yeah, so that's pretty much my rant.
I get kind of tired like walking in and out of the vault. I feel like they should just come inside with us inside the movie.
Yeah, like okay, so if you want to join our club where you get to come inside the vault.
In the vault with you guys.
No, but like that means you have to be on the next episode. But Zach's in
But
there,
like
so...
if you're on the team. Okay.
LOL. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That was awkward.
So what do you guys want to talk about today? We got different topics.
There's
bears,
a lot of things going on in bears.
Tacos.
Okay, if you were running away from a bear, what would your strategy be?
Zigzag.
Zigzagging?
I thought that was good for alligators.
And for getting shot at.
Bears.
Wait, would you rather get shot at or get mauled by a bear?
This is horrible.
Like, okay, how far are you getting shot from and where are you getting shot at?
You're getting shot with a paintball
Does
gun
it
in your
end-
eye. And
Well,
you're
okay,
getting
what-
mauled by a
that's
bear
paintball.
What
on
has
your ankle.
like quick?
Would you rather
bear
get
on your ankle?
a bear biting your ankle or getting shot in the
I
paintball
feel like-
on your eye?
I feel like I would go
Neither.
for the bear biting the ankle.
I feel like
But then
just
that could-
have it.
That could debilitate you more, but you could also go blind if you were shot point blank in the eye.
What's gonna hurt?
And I'd rather
What's
see.
gonna have a quicker?
Like, I feel like that's gonna help me in life.
Mhm.
What's gonna be less painful? I don't know. I don't know which one would
Well,
be.
Well,
like,
the eye
what's
would
gonna
hurt
be-
so bad.
Yeah.
So the ankle.
No, just cut off your leg at that point.
The ankle wouldn't be as bad because you could get
Take out your
painkillers
eye.
pretty easily.
Yeah, just
I think.
killing the pain by cutting off your
Yeah,
leg.
I'd probably. But the trauma.
Well,
the
just get
trauma from
therapy.
Both, honestly.
Yeah, therapy's free with insurance.
Oh
With
yeah.
insurance. Assuming you have insurance.
Yes, we're not judging.
Well, you might have free insurance depending on when it happens, but
Okay.
True. That's true. Depending on your
or
opinion.
which country you live in.
True. Switzerland, I think.
I think Sweden maybe.
Sweden, and I know
Sweden?
Japan.
Yes.
Japan.
So it also depends on what country that you are in. Knowing your insurance.
You know,
Is
I have
important.
a controversial topic that we could talk about.
Okay.
Israel.
Israel.
I'm just kidding. Let's not talk about that.
That would be controversial.
Don't get me started on
okay.
Israel.
So we're not talking about that, but we can talk about vacation destinations.
Ooh, okay.
So
Ooh.
Israel would probably be a nice one.
Your family goes
But-
to Pennsylvania, right?
Well, that's where my grandparents live near, so we've been there a lot, but we don't necessarily go there all the time.
Didn't they move here?
Yeah, they did, but I still have another set of grandparents up there.
Oh, they both lived up there.
Yeah, and they live like half a mile from Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Like you
I've
can,
never been to
or a quarter
Pennsylvania.
mile from the Pennsylvania.
Location
Yeah.
shout out.
Location shout out. Yeah, so you can
Should
just
you be
like
saying-
bike down the road. It's literally the border between Pennsylvania and Ohio is so long. They could be
Well,
at
now
any
they
part.
just.
I feel like some people that are listening to this are gonna like follow the
The
border
entire-
and like find your grandparents and like be like, hey, give me all your grandson's money that he earns from the podcast because we earn so much money from this thing.
That's why I'm very passionate about it being mine because I don't want anybody else to claim all my money.
Yes, give me all the money.
So, if I was a pirate and I wanted to go on vacation
Where is this?
To ransack something?
to ransack something, I'd probably go
To Idaho.
to Idaho.
What? Why?
No, Idaho is actually where I want to go
Why?
on vacation. Because
Why?
Idaho, actually, I kind
Why?
of want to move there because it's so
Why?
beautiful and nobody lives
Ben,
there.
you're so passionate. To
Ben, I feel like there's a reason that nobody lives there.
No, because they don't know about it because it's
What's in
beautiful.
Idaho?
there's-
Idaho? I don't know.
No.
I mean, Oregon would be nice too, but I would rather live in
Oregon.
Idaho.
Oregon just decriminalized.
Home of
That's
Today.
why I would move to Idaho.
And it rains all the time. Does
They
it
just
rain a lot?
decriminalized-
How
what is it,
cold
heroin
is
and
it in
cocaine?
Idaho? 'Cause that's
Yeah,
like-
all drugs.
Oh my gracious. No
Okay.
opinions. Sorry, no opinions on the podcast.
Is it cold in Idaho?
That's weird.
It's cold in Idaho, but
Well, you
I
can-
love mountains. I'd rather,
But you hate
Go-
the cold.
but I don't like the cold, but I
Ben
love
complains
mountains.
all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So
hate
you wanna
the cold.
lo-
Emma, it's so cold. I need my jacket.
Emma, give me your jacket. It's like reverse.
So he tries to put it on.
It's like the reverse.
I can't
Yeah, I
get
can't
it,
fit
Emma.
in.
Oh, man.
Unless it's one that she actually, I have used sweatshirts that I've given
Ben's
to
got
Emma.
the Golden Gate
You're like,
Bridges
can I
for
have
arms.
my sweatshirt back?
Can I have my sweatshirt back so I
Wow.
could be warm?
We're really getting a deep dive into what goes on between you two.
And what was that? I don't know. Now I totally lost my train of thought.
Idaho.
There's probably lots of trains in Idaho.
Where would you want to move, Zach?
I would probably. Okay, so I know that New Zealand is considered the most beautiful place in the world.
Ooh,
Very-
But I
very
think the most
beautiful.
beautiful place in the world, this may be controversial,
Okay.
is Mackinac Island in Michigan.
Ooh.
The upper peninsula.
Wow.
You go to the
We
Wow.
have thought about going there before, but it never worked out.
the lower peninsula is a crap hole. I'm sorry if my grandparents are listening, or if anybody that I used to live there. Okay, I'm allowed to say this, and whoever is listening there, I'm so sorry. I hate it. It's okay. I got lots of family that I really like up there, but I don't like it as much as I like the upper peninsula.
It's like Ohio, but like colder.
Yeah, it's like a Canadian Ohio.
Have you been to Michigan?
Yeah,
Why?
several times. I have family in
I've
Michigan.
never been to
You
Michigan.
have family in Michigan?
But like cousins, not like.
oh, that doesn't
grandparents.
count. Yeah,
Mhm.
cousins
But like
don't
I've
count.
gone over to their house for family reunions and stuff. Like they live. Well, I won't say where they live, but they live in the Lower
They
Peninsula.
live in 123 Cherry Lane.
Thought you were gonna give that.
Now here's the exact
Their
address.
longitude and latitude.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's quite
It's on the Lower
specific.
Peninsula in an area not where your grandparents live.
This
but
is
not,
unrelated. Sorry, I cut you off.
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't
care.
matter now.
Would if you were to have children in the future? I'm not talking about you specifically, you two, but I'm saying like, I mean maybe
We're not together anymore, so.
if oh yeah, we just finished recording the
Okay,
other
maybe.
podcast and it got spicy. So if you haven't listened to that, it got
You
spicy.
gotta
Go
go
check
back-
it out
Spicy
now
like curdy.
to see
Yeah.
What
Check it
happened?
out now. Oh,
They're
I'm acting-
posing right now, but there's no camera. They're posing right now. Wait, what was I gonna say? If you guys have kids, would you guys put a tracker on your kid?
No.
Well, that's
But
like
what
a
if a
phone.
kid? But like this
my
country's gonna
phone.
get more dangerous as the years progress.
We
I think.
literally-
I guess I
have
should
trackers
never
on
say
our
no to anything. And
To
in a-
anything, not even drugs.
Honestly-
Okay, that's
okay.
not true. That's not what I
Wait.
meant. Okay.
What?
So no,
No to
never,
anything. Whoa.
never is a
Listen,
strong
would you
statement.
put a tracker on your kid, or would you put one of those leashes on your kids?
I would do one of those leashes. It's like a monkey
Like the
backpack.
back. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
No,
It's
I
so
wouldn't
cool.
do that.
can
That's
keep
too
their fruit snacks
controlling.
in
They're
there.
so cute.
That's too controlling. It's
Yeah,
not
but you gotta
cute.
control your kids, otherwise they're gonna jump off a bridge and get beaten up by Harambe.
I guess you're right. You got a point
Oh,
there.
no.
So maybe I will. I don't know. I guess you can't say never because I guess
No.
it's all theoretical
Never
and
say
hypothetical.
If this country gets more dangerous, then you would have to put a tracker on your kid's neck so
Ooh.
that they can just like. And
But
you
wouldn't
don't tell
that
them.
pose threats that now the government could see the kids?
You create your own microchip.
Yeah, but everything is accessible by the internet.
Yes, but everything you create your own subsystem, and then only an EMP could shut it down.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
then
good
if-
idea.
So then, if the government takes over, you just set off. You put another EMP.
I
thing
think-
All
in
right,
your,
you heard it here first.
in your
Ben
boys'
thinks
nest.
that
Can
would
you
be a
make
good
things
idea.
that? So you know how people make shelters, because they're worried about like the
Rain.
apocalypse or like
Oh, like
the
bug out shelters.
civil wars or like anything really.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
underground.
So people do that. People are into that kind of thing, and so I was thinking. So an EMP is one of the scariest things that could happen, because that would totally
yeah, for
wipe out.
gamers.
Well, no, for everybody, because it would totally wipe out the infrastructure of the country.
Sure, but like.
If you had a big enough EMP that wiped out all the electrical like things, so it would like throw the country into chaos. Could you have something that's EMP proof? I don't know, because it's a magnetic pulse.
You just gotta have something that can like
I don't
repel
know.
that. And there's not a lot of things that are strong enough to repel that besides like thick titanium or ultracarbon.
So you'd have to have a room that was made out of thick titanium.
Yeah, so I know people. I don't know people. I know I've read articles and I've
Zach
seen
knows a guy.
videos. Possibly, I'm not gonna say.
Oh.
But
that person would probably be very upset.
that have like these underground chambers where like it's EMP proof and they store like a very valuable database down there. And it's like underground or it's in a building that has like thick. It's like 5 feet of like electrical barrier. It's like some kind of metal. It's like carbon or titanium or something like that. And they have a lot. I know they use tungsten too. Tungsten is a very
Yeah.
very dense and heavy metal.
Tungsten. In Big Time Adolescent, when he gets the tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, that's too far.
I
Yeah.
don't know that I could say that on the podcast,
Yeah.
but that's what it reminded me of.
Just save your time editing.
Yeah, well, maybe if we ever do that movie, we'll maybe talk about that.
Yeah.
Would you do that movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
we would do that movie if somebody suggested
Let
it.
us know if you'd want to see that movie.
But Emma, we never asked you where you would go on vacation to. Because we got
So
sidetracked by
generous to
tungsten.
ask me. Where I'd go on vacation or where
Or
I'd
like,
move?
either or both.
Well, I've always wanted to go to Europe. But I don't know if I would want to move anywhere far
Yeah, Europe's
away.
a nice place to visit, but probably not the best place to live.
I would be fine visiting anywhere. But if I were to move, I wouldn't want to move far from home.
Okay. So no,
That's okay.
Idaho.
I'm
So what if you didn't have any connection to family that you didn't have, which obviously would never happen?
What if you didn't have a family? Theoretically, Ben and I like
I
to
would be
think
really
this way.
sad.
We like to fantasize about
You
not
like
having
to
families.
be pessimist. I get it. You're
Well, we're guys. We compartmentalize things so we can think about life, no family.
where girls
Where would
mush
we move?
where girls mush everything together.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
Quote
Like
by Ben.
Like spaghetti in an
Yeah.
organized Tupperware.
That's what I got it from somebody
Wait,
that
what?
we both know.
Yes.
Zach both know, who told
Yes.
us this
Yes.
information that was very valuable, and I stored
Yes.
it.
Spaghetti in
Interesting.
Tupperware boxes.
Yes, that's the difference
That's
between men
guys?
and women,
No, Tupperware boxes are guys.
because they put
Oh,
everything in a compartment, so different
Yes.
Tupperware.
Oh, and okay. I thought you were
Spaghetti
saying
is just, like,
spaghetti
all
mixed
in the
together.
Tupperware
So it's like
compartments. Okay.
like all
That
of a
makes
sudden
sense.
you drop your pencil on the ground and then like car crashes come up and like past injustices and like
Oh.
weird facials that you guys got or something.
Whereas if a
Whereas-
girl drops the pencil, she just
No,
picks
that's
it
what a
up.
girl would
No, that's
think.
what a girl
Oh.
would be.
A
And then
guy-
Okay, I was
just-
gonna say that.
A guy
sounds
drops the
like
pencil,
too
he goes,
much like that.
and then he goes in, and then all of a sudden he has to deal with like having a heart attack, and then the next minute
Oh,
he's
no.
like doing homework, and then the next minute he's like
Interesting.
calling his mom, telling him about this nice
The
cake that he
pencil
baked.
analysis.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, so that this is just like obviously this is a generalization, so it's not a perfect model, but
Almost.
Okay.
almost.
See, I thought you were putting the spaghetti in the container.
Sometimes they overlap for myself, but that's
Okay.
only when like one of the
Container.
one of those boxes are so big that it's like impossible.
There's like
I
multiple
feel like
boxes
my
within the
container
box.
is like
Yeah.
has containers, like it's organized.
Oh, so you're like it's like Tupperware, but it's like the Tupperware is in Tupperware, which is another Tupperware.
Oh, no.
And other Tupperware. Another
Emma's
Tupperware,
like a hamster society,
What?
like where they have those tubes just connecting different boxes of hamsters.
That's what I
Oh,
am.
like
Yeah, like
the
Tube
Zuzu
City.
pets.
Like Tube City from The Office.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Or Pillow
The
Town.
Office has its own.
Wait, did you say Zuzu pets?
Yeah.
I used to have
Wait,
those.
what are Zuzu pets?
There were also guy
They're
ones that were like.
Wait,
they're
the
like-
ones that like go around. and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I had so many.
They
of
were really
those.
expensive.
Yeah,
Those were the
Anastasia had
best.
some.
I remember I would get some for my birthday.
And I played with Anastasia's, but I never got one of my
And then
own.
they like
Ben's
talk. You
playing
can
with
like
dolls
press
in the
on
background.
something.
Maybe he
Yeah.
does have that spaghetti brain.
Ooh.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
I'm getting so hungry.
Yeah, that we keep talking about food.
Tupperware. I keep wanting to like open a
Ooh.
Tupperware full of spaghetti. And
Okay,
just eat it.
spaghetti or macaroni?
Macaroni. No. Oh, I
Ooh.
can't decide. Why did I say that
Okay,
so quick?
Wait,
Well, I made
Does
macaroni
your
at their
mac and cheese
apartment
have
the other
to s-
day, and it was the best macaroni they've ever had.
also I've
and
never
so
really said macaroni. I always say mac and cheese.
We have mentioned Chris on this podcast before, and his mother makes the best mac and cheese that I've ever had. Is Velveeta.
other
Velveeta
than mine,
with special noodles that
So
I don't
good.
know what they're called, and it is so good. And then she's made me spaghetti before. It's pretty good, but her mac and cheese is really good. And then like I don't know, I'll go to a restaurant and order their spaghetti. It's just not that great. I don't like the sauces that they use. The noodles are like too thick for me. And then all of a sudden I'm just like blah
you
blah
have
blah.
to have the the big meatballs for what's best. No,
I'm not a big meatball fan.
I love
so
meatballs.
good. I'm not a big sauce fan. but
What? Sauce
Same.
is everything for me. If you couldn't put a good
Honestly,
sauce,
Do you
The
just eat
best-
buttered noodles?
Yeah, with like mozzarella cheese. But like I have sauce on my spaghetti
Just not
because
a
that
lot.
would be weird if I
Okay.
did.
I just put lots of
because
sauce,
that's
just like
not
drowning
very
in
good
sauce.
consistency. It's all
Ew,
just
Ben.
dry. What the heck?
Huh.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Lost in the sauce.
But
Now the Arthur shaped mac and cheese.
what is it?
Arthur's it's
Arthur
shaped like
shaped.
Arthur. She's saying that.
What? There's
Have you
Arthur
never
shaped mac and
seen
cheese.
that?
I know there's SpongeBob, and
Well,
then
like
there's like
anything
the,
like that.
the Powerpuff Girls,
Oh,
and there's
I would have
Paw Patrol,
any kind
but
of
I don't
shaped
know any-
mac and cheese.
I don't know Arthur.
Cars, Monsters Inc.
There's Monsters Inc. mac
There's
and cheese.
so many.
Do
They
you just
probably
order
have
them on
pictures.
Amazon?
No, literally go to Target.
Oh, I don't shop at Target. I'm sorry.
I don't shop at
I'm gonna
Target
go to
either,
Target
but-
just because of that tonight.
You should.
I'm actually gonna go to Target tonight and get Arthur shaped mac and cheese. Is there Buster in DW?
You know what? There is.
I'm gonna throw up of excitement.
You know, that
I keep
sounds
mentioning
actually
throwing
so
up.
Good.
Wow.
So good.
I feel like we just had.
Well, wait, but hold on, one more thing. It, like the fork, it's easier to get the fork in those ones. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's
So
easier to
you've
put
had
the
shaved
fork.
mac and cheese?
Yeah, I've had it. I've
No,
had it with
you-
SpongeBob.
Okay. See,
SpongeBob, the
SpongeBob's
Powerpuff
good,
Girls,
but-
and Paw Patrol. As embarrassing
eats
as those are, I'm not
Powerpuff
ashamed of
Girls.
SpongeBob or the Powerpuff Girls. Just Paw Patrol. I'm not ashamed of the Powerpuff Girls.
But it's, I would eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I have had shaped mac and cheese, and I will admit it's very good.
I think
but I don't
Zach's
really
is so good.
remember. I don't really remember what kinds of shaped mac and cheese I had as a kid. But I remember it being better than the normal mac and cheese.
They should make
I do remember
circular.
that.
It's just a circle. Like mac and cheese O's.
That's a thing, right?
Like
Spaghettis?
ravioli. But I'm thinking just mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
So
O's.
instead of
but
anything,
that would be like really thin.
Thin, yeah, and then you
You-
eat it, and it'll be like jelly. And it'll be like,
Really? You want like
be
a
so good.
thick noodle. Like it's gotta be big, not
no, I want it thin.
What?
Because then it would be like stringy, and then you like,
what if you did
Here's
like
the
mac
thing.
and cheese spaghetti?
Like
Like,
when you're-
you put
ew, wait, that sounds
That's
so good.
pasta.
no, it's just spaghetti
It's pasta.
But it's like the mac and cheese
Like-
juice.
with mac and cheese.
but it's like
in
that
it.
cheesy goose. Not
And
like
Easy.
I said
spaghetti.
goose.
Yeah.
I said goose.
You both are so passionate about this.
I think it's a good
I
idea.
feel
Wait, what
I'm
about
just like,
spaghetti mac
"Ah."
and cheese, where it's like spaghetti, but the noodles are shaped like Powerpuff Girls?
Whoa. Psh, better patent it.
I don't
Robert
know that we
Pattinson it.
should.
We better
Ooh,
Robert
you better
Pattinson.
We
it.
gotta
Robert
put
Pattinson
the Robert
it.
Pattinson on that.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What about soccer, but you kick it in a hoop? I think that's fun. I played it before.
That is hard. That's very challenging.
Or mixing things, Lunchables with smoothie kabobbles, or smoothies with
Ooh.
kabobbles. I don't know.
Or put Lunchables in a blender and make it into a smoothie.
Whoa. Or
Who would have
you,
thought?
you take a moose and crossbreed it
Moose.
with a human and see what happens. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that.
A mooseman,
Or a
Or-
humoose.
a humoose.
A humoose. A
So
humoose.
Zach wants a humoose. If we can get him one, then let him have
thin
one.
circled mac
And we
cheese.
can make a
Oh,
show
yeah.
called The Adventures of Zach and Humoose.
If anyone wants, we'll come up with like a PO box. If anyone wants to send these.
Oh yeah, we should have a PO box.
Yeah, but we have someone carefully. So you carefully look through our stuff so that nobody sends us anything weird.
We don't want any
Like-
bombs.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
any other things.
Okay.
I don't know what Zach's expecting in the mail.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
So I think we should start to kind of wrap things up. But
Wait. One more thing.
we've talked about a lot of things.
Like combining things. There are so many things that you could just mix up and become a billionaire off of if you think about it. Like
so yeah, because
spaghetti
everything's
and mac
already
and
been
cheese.
invented. So now the only thing you can do is combine things.
that's true. Everything has been invented.
Other than
Because if it hasn't been invented, then it's not a thing.
but it's also
True.
been thought of.
Whoa. But wait, hold on.
Has
is
everything been-
thinking of something inventing something?
Now,
though?
like,
does that
okay,
pertain
now
to
the
inventing?
U.S. Patent Office, like 100 years ago or so, said that everything had been invented, and they closed off patents.
What?
I think this
so weird.
Go check my sources on this one. I could be wrong, but I don't want to check them. I'm too lazy. But actually, everything had not been invented because a lot of things got invented after that.
Like the iPhone.
Like so many things. So everything has probably not been invented, but a lot of things have probably been thought of.
Maybe when it comes to like the molecular stuff and like simple machines and stuff
Brain
like that.
computer
physics.
interfaces.
Yeah, stuff like that. And obviously they became more advanced, but then those things create new things. But what I'm trying to say is, can you really invent something? Like, is thinking of something in your head inventing it, or do you actually have to
No,
make it?
it's not because people probably thought of things in their head like television,
A unicorn.
like
Michael
television,
Scott thought of a unicorn before he knew what it was.
like television or
Exactly.
unicorn. And
Yeah.
but when it actually came, oh my goodness.
What?
They'll hear this.
That's okay. They can hear someone.
Ignore
pee.
the sound in the background. But all those things never actually
love this
became a reality because they were invented in a different way than the person who originally thought of it, which is impossible to know who originally thought of the idea for something
But-
like a television.
But has everything been invented? If you're thinking about it like semantically.
I don't know. I
Because
don't think
it
you can
can't-
answer that question
it
because
can't
you
be
can't know the thoughts of
because
everybody.
it can't be a thing unless it's invented, can it?
Yeah.
Can something be a thing if it's not invented?
Everything has been invented that can be invented right now, but in the future, everything hasn't.
Yeah,
been
it's not
invented.
saying that some more things will be invented, but more things have to come up for them to be invented. It's not like everything hasn't been invented.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretending to understand what Zach's saying because he sounds really smart, and I think he knows
I
what he's
don't.
talking about.
I'm just saying the same 2 words invented in things over and over in different order and seeing if it makes sense. But no, that is
Zach
a weird
just knows
thought.
how to talk smart.
That is a weird thought, though.
These are
Interesting.
late night thoughts.
With Stephen Colbert.
But
Colbert.
that wasn't even a joke, which is what was funny about it. Now I just made it not funny because I explained it.
Yeah, explaining it makes it 100 times better. But can you really get a new joke across without explaining it? Sometimes.
Yes,
Sometimes.
but sometimes people aren't smart enough to get the joke.
It depends on the crowd.
Yeah,
But
it
then
really does
explaining
depend
it-
on the crowd.
But if you're explaining it to that crowd that didn't get it, then you also that's like
the
usually a
part
tough
about
crowd.
the joke that's funny is the part that you don't have to explain.
True.
Now
True.
you're explaining why you had to explain.
Do you know what I feel? Why is that so weird? Because like a lot of things I think about, like, why is that funny to humans? You know, like
Well, I think things that are kind of unexpected are funny.
maybe, but then it's like I think them getting it and understanding, like by drawing conclusions themselves. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that's unsaid, they draw conclusions themselves, and them by getting it makes them happy, so they laugh. So it's not actually funny. It's just them being prideful about it.
Yeah. So, is
Yes.
being a stand-up comedian actually satisfying? I wouldn't know because I'm not a stand-up comedian. But if this is the case, then maybe nothing about being a stand-up comedian has to do with the art form of it. But it's all like you're all just a player to make humans more prideful.
Yeah, and because you're just you're just a chess piece in God's great game of craziness.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't
We're
know.
all just chess pieces, aren't we?
I'm telling you right now, I am a castle.
You're a castle?
Wow.
Yeah.
You mean the rook?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Then I am no, I don't want to be that. I want to be a knight.
Aw.
Oh, that's what I wanted to be.
Well, there's
Wow,
2
two
knights.
knights.
You think there's 2 knights, and
And I'm
you're the
prince,
queen.
Queen. Yes.
She's the queen. She's the queen.
But she killed the king,
Aw.
so now she rules. Well, the king died from the other queen
The
killing
queen
him.
is the
Like,
best
who's the
character,
king?
or the
The
character.
queen is like more powerful, but the king is kind of a wimp
why
and
did I
can't do
kill the
anything.
king?
But he's the most important piece because that's how the
When
game
was
ends.
the game of chess invented? Wait, look that up real quick. This can be our last thing. I know we're
Okay,
running
our
over.
last
But
thing.
when was the
I'm so
game of
bad at
chess
chess.
invented? When was chess?
He just went game of chess.
Game of chess invented. Game. You had to put in game,
Game
of
of-
chess.
That's how you
Zach's
said
like,
it.
no, he said
It was
when.
invented 1,500 years, or is that 1,500 years ago?
So is that when
Before the
feminism was
But
invented?
it was probably originated in India before the 6th century AD.
I'm thinking
it
that's
spread
when
to church.
feminism first started because that's when they made the queen the most powerful thing. Think about that.
Yes.
There are a lot of things to meditate on.
Yes.
Today's
If
podcast.
you have a lot of things to think about from today's podcast, mac and cheese, vacation destinations.
We should call this one meditation
how
thoughts.
how to make
yes.
or shower thoughts.
shower thoughts,
with.
or
Zach.
meditation shower thoughts,
What do you
No,
meditate?
shower
and then we
shower?
thoughts.
explain it.
Why does
We explain the joke of that statement.
I like shower thoughts
because
better.
we explain in the episode, so it'll be like a meta joke to the episode. And then
And the fact that we're
and-
talking about it being meta right now is pretty meta, actually.
and that's meta.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And as if things
Okay.
are meta, that means that they're very. It's so hard to get there.
And the more
So,
meta we make it seem, the smarter we look.
Yeah, and that's all we care about is how smart we look.
Yes, that's what this podcast is about. To make
Yep.
people we're sit down comedians. We want to get people prideful.
And we're not like the
Ha.
we're not the kind of comedian that is like brave and goes out onto a stage in front of people, which would be hard to do right now considering the circumstances.
we could go on a Zoom call and still be afraid. I would be trembling.
Yes,
Zoom
I would try
call.
to say a joke
If
and it
anyone
wouldn't
wants
be
to
funny
sign
and
up for
nobody
a
would
Zoom
laugh.
call with Zach and
Oh yeah, we're free for Zoom
If you
calls
sign
any
up-
day of the
Oh my
week.
If you sign up to our Patreon, that doesn't exist, but might exist if we get enough listeners, then
If
we
you
might
charge
have
people
Zoom
to go on
calls.
a Zoom call.
That's what Patreon is. You charge people to do stuff like go
Interact
on
with you, yeah.
to be on Discord with you and stuff.
You
Anyway,
choose
that's for a different day. But now we need to open the vault and go in and close the vault.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll open it. Emma can close it. Or Emma, do you want to open it?
How do I open it?
However
Just
you
like-
want. You just use your magic.
Okay. So
Use
like
your
this, right?
imagination.
Okay.
Get inside. Close it. Ben and Zach at the same time. Ben's actually doing the motions right now.
Ben has his hands out.
It's a very heavy vault door, I can tell you that.
Ben's not very strong.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm a
He's
runner.
kinda
I'm not
weak.
strong in my upper body.
He's
All
got
right, Ben
spaghetti
and I will
arms.
work on lifting movies inside.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, look at the Criterion
He's like-
collection.
He's like the thin SpaghettiOs.
Yo, get burnt. Get
Man,
burnt,
Emma
son.
is destroying me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, thank
Uh,
you for
Thank you
having
for
us,
tuning
Emma.
in.
Oh yeah. Thanks for joining
And-
me tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I'm really
Wait, I
Glad
don't
we
get
had
it.
these
We're
showers,
inside
though.
the vault right now.
We're inside the vault. You guys are like hearing like a
We're talking
like
through the
us
window.
through metal right
We
now.
have cups against the
yeah.
wall.
I really didn't want to stay
Man,
in
these
the
must not
vault
be
with
those
them.
EMP-proof walls.
I had to close him
Okay.
into the vault.
Well, the vault's closed, so you guys need to leave now.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.